Meg Diaz, Dave Freibuth, and Shaniqua Eakins.
My name is Meg Diaz. I'm speaking about performance management. Last year in her budget letter, the superintendent stated that the title threshold had been raised from 40% free and reduced lunch to 55% because of rising costs from tutoring companies, an expense the district is required to pay. This is narrowly true. Left unsaid is that the district is required to set aside the money for tutoring companies rather than allocate it directly to schools. Once the set-aside money is spent, the district doesn't have to spend more. The set-aside is a cap. Also left unsaid is that for 2009-10, after all the required set-asides, including tutoring expenses, the district held nearly $4 million of Title I money centrally. For what? Well, $2 million of title money is earmarked for performance management, a policy which is claimed to have no fiscal impact, although it is acknowledged that the work created by it may. Performance management has budgeted an additional $1.1 million from free and reduced lunch funds, which makes me wonder, is performance management the only central administration directed initiative using money from funds intended to help struggling students? 15% of free and reduced lunch funds were held centrally, and a whopping 61% of LAP funds, over $3 million, were held back. It looks like a trend, and transparency is non-existent. The superintendent did not lay out in her letter a case for why she felt it was better to reduce consistent funding supports to school than to reduce strategic funding initiatives. The public needs to hear the case for central administration's strategic projects, STEM planning, MAP professional development, the Early Learning Institute, coaches, just to name a couple of examples, clearly and publicly with full financial information, especially when consistent academic support is being removed from struggling kids, which it is. Thurgood Marshall Elementary stands to lose over $200,000 in funding assistance, as well as staffers from WSS cuts. The impact on the ALO, our general education program, where over 80% of the kids are eligible for free and reduced lunch, will be disastrous. You might argue that some of the loss is because of the change in the title threshold, but much of the impact is because of your decision to migrate those children, the elementary APP, into the building without making sure that you had ensured academic support for the ALO kids. Performance management needs to be tabled until there is a thorough discussion of its impact, financial and otherwise. No children will be actively harmed by slowing a central project down, but children are being actively harmed right now by cuts to their schools. I ask you to restore Thurgood Marshall's funding by moving the title threshold back to 40% and insisting that central staff find another way to fund strategic initiatives. Every director has said they want to protect schools. You are the directors. You can do more than say. You can act. Please do.